Charlotte, and today we're going to do some movements from a chair, and we're going to work through our joints. So I'd like you to have a dining room style chair, so an upright chair rather than something quite sloppy like a couch or your sofa. And I'd like you to be able to have your feet flat to the floor. If you find that your feet are a little bit adrift, just put your feet onto a cushion or a book or something similar. So we want to make sure we're not creating pressure through the back of the thighs. I don't actually need one, my legs are long enough. Okay, so sit comfortably and find that your hips are right back in the chair and that you're sitting upright. So just think about drawing in a little bit at the abdomen, think about your shoulders being down and chin just drawn back a little. So we don't want the chin lifted because that compresses the back of the neck, so just keep the chin down. And as far as possible, I'd like you to maintain this stance throughout. If you need to, obviously at any time, have a little break, a little breather, and you could just sit yourself back and use the support of the upright back of the chair. So we're going to work through the joints, and we'll start with the feet. So I'd like you just to pick up either foot, doesn't matter which one, and we're going to do a few ankle rotations, drawing as a big circle as we can, and then going back the other way. Okay, and then when you finish that, you're going to point your toes away and push into your heel. So we're rotation at the ankle, and now this is flexion at the ankle. So we're trying to put the ankle through its range of movements. Okay, we'll place that foot back to the floor or your cushion, and we'll take side two. Let's rotate the ankle. I think we did about 3 on the other side, both directions. And then the flexion at the ankle. Okay, and then you can give your feet a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a loosener. And by the way, you could do this with your shoes on. You don't have to take them off if you don't want to, or your slippers or your socks. And we're going to come up to the knee joints. And maybe you want to slide yourself forward a little bit, but don't allow yourself to feel insecure. You don't want to feel you're going to tip forwards off the chair. Just give yourself a little bit of space. And we're going to bend the knee and straighten the knee. It's like a slow motion kick of a ball. And then down. And then side two. And you might notice there's a little bit creaking from some joints. I'm noticing my knees a little bit creaky. It doesn't hurt, there's no pain, it doesn't matter. Just be aware of it. But please don't work through pain. So if any of your joints feel tender or inflamed, if you are arthritic, then please rest that particular joint. So we'll come on to the hip joint, so lighting here. And for this, you might want to just feel the support of the chair by holding on to the chair. Or you could draw in at the abdomen and have a little bit of a workout too for your abdominal muscles. So we're going to circle at the hip. And we're going to take it 3 times in each direction. And it doesn't matter if you've got a really wide circle or if your circle is a little bit narrow. Just work which feels comfortable for your hip joint. And down. And then this side too. And then back. Okay, well done. So bringing that foot back down to the floor. And if you did slide forward a little bit, you might want to just shift yourself back. And you might want to take a little bit of a breather, use the support of the chair. So I want you just to notice your legs from the hips down to your toes. Noticing any sensation in your legs. And if you wanted to, of course, you could always hit the pause button and perhaps repeat those, perhaps do a few more of each if you wanted to do that. But otherwise, we're going to move on to the shoulders. So bring the hands onto the shoulders and we're going to circle. And then we're going to reverse. And bring the arms back down and bring the arms down to your side so they're long here, not resting in your lap. And you're going to lift the shoulders up towards the ears and lower them down. Now if your shoulders feel comfortable, you haven't got any shoulder problems, you could try lifting and dropping. Lifting and dropping. See how that feels. Now moving down towards the elbows, you're going to bring the palms forward so your arms are long and straight, and then you're going to bend at the elbows and straighten at the arms. And then again, just resting the arms comfortably in the lap. So again, you could hit the pause button and repeat those movements, take a few more of them. Otherwise, now we're going to come on to the wrist joint. So we're going to keep this bit still and just focus on the wrist. We're going to make a light fist and we're going to take rotational movements, so just as we did with the ankles. Focus very much on the wrist joint. You don't want to wave the whole of the arm around. Okay, very good. And then we'll do some flexion movements. So it's up and down. And then a neutral position. Now this time, squeeze your fist. Doesn't really make much difference if your thumb is on the outside or the inside. So just be comfortable for your hand and then spread your hands out. Spreading and squeezing. Last one. And then like we did with the feet, just give the hands a little bit of a shake. So come to your fingers and give them a little bit of a workout, sort of spidery fingers, or you might want to think of a typing movement or piano playing. So it's really working into the fingers. And then from here, we're going to tap the index finger to the thumb and give it a little bit of a press. Middle finger to the thumb, give it a little bit of a press. Then the ring finger and then the little fingers. And we'll come back, so little finger, ring finger, middle finger, index finger. And keep going with that. You can do one side at a time, or you can do both together. And you can speed it up perhaps. We're aiming to work all those fine muscles in the hands and in the fingers, helping us to maintain that sense of manual dexterity. Good. And then give the hands another little bit of a shake. And bring them back to the lap. So we're going to do some movements for the spine, and we'll do the neck one separately, and we'll start with those. So the neck moves into 4 different planes. We can do a side stretch, so keep the shoulders still. Bring the ear over to the shoulder, to the centre, and then to the other side. Shoulder stay still, ear in the direction of the shoulder, and back to the centre. So the neck will turn in a twisty movement. So we look at over the shoulder, come back to the centre, and look out over the second shoulder, and back to the centre. And we can also extend the spine and the neck, so we can lift the chin, avoiding dropping the head back. It's a controlled lift. And the neck will also flex, so we can bring the chin down towards the chest. And coming back to the centre. Now we're going to do all of those one more time. So first of all, we'll take the lateral stretch to the centre and side 2. And then we can rotate. We turn to look over the shoulder, to the centre, and turning again, second side, to the centre, looking up, and looking down. Now bring your head back to its comfortable centre position, and we're going to do a circle for the neck. So I'd like you to imagine, if you can imagine a clock face, that would be good, but you could imagine any other sort of circular shape, because we're going to take the chin down, and we're going to imagine turning the head in a circle. So I like the idea of a clock face. You can then imagine you looking at the numbers. And we'll go twice in one direction, and then we're going to reverse that and going twice in the other direction. So you might hear a little bit of noise coming from the neck. First of all, your neck is close to your ear, so it may be more audible. I think the neck generally does creak a little bit. Don't move through pain or discomfort, just making sure you're moving smoothly in a way that's right for you, and everything should be fine. So we've done the neck, and the rest of the spine also moves in those planes as well. So we'll do a side stretch. Now, it's quite useful actually to slide your hand down the chair leg, depending on what sort of chair you're sitting on, but that's not necessary. You could put your hand on your thigh or somewhere on the chair for support. So wherever is good for you. So we're going to bring the arm up, reach up, and then just gently tip, keeping both sitting bones in the chair. And we're going to come up to the centre and down. We'll repeat the second side. So wherever you feel comfortable to support yourself, chair, your thigh, making sure both sitting bones stay down and back. And one more to each side. Last one over to side 2. And lower the arms to the lap. And then we'll take a rotational movement. So we'll take the opposite hand to the knee and turn. So we turn belly, the chest, the shoulders, and can look out over the shoulder. And then release that and let yourself spring back round to the centre. And side two, so opposite hand to the knee, and rotation for your spine. And lastly, look over your shoulder. And back around to the centre. So once more, we're going to have the opposite hand onto the knee, belly, chest, shoulders, and turn the head. And back around to the centre. Side two. Belly, chest, shoulders, and turning the head. And back around to the centre. So the spine extends. When we did the neck, we lifted the neck. I'd like to now feel that you're lifting from here, so lifting the chest. And we're going to take the hands behind, so depending what sort of chair you've got, you might be able to reach behind the chair, or your hands might come into the small of the back, or you might just want to anchor them down. If you've got a low back chair, you might even be able to rest your hands over the top of the back of the chair. This chair's too high to do that. So you're going to roll the shoulders back, lift up through the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, and lift the chin. And then from here, I want you to come upright, bring your arms round in front of you, separate the shoulder blades, and circle the arms in front. And we'll do one more of each. So as you breathe in, take the arms somewhere on the chair or behind you. Shoulder blades come together. Lift the chest, lift the chin. So we extend or arch the back. And then from here, coming upright. And circle the arms around in front of you. Bringing the chin down to the chest. Separate the shoulder blades. And then coming upright again. And resting your hands into your lap. Now from here, just let yourself sit comfortably back in the chair. You could close your eyes, perhaps even allowing your chin to come a little way down towards your chest, and observe your body, noticing how you feel. And staying here as long as you like. Just feel that you're allowing the body to soften